Hello and welcome back to English for You. I'm Seb.
I'm Elsie.
So Elsie, we were talking about a story yesterday, weren't we? What story was that?
The story is about Phileas Fogg, who is a gentleman, British gentleman, and he likes things just right.
He likes things just right. Yeah. He likes things to be a certain way.
Yeah.
But he does something a little bit strange, a little bit out of character, doesn't he?
He had an argument.
He has an argument, and then he makes a bet about that argument.
Right.
Now, what was the argument about?
About if Mr. Fogg can travel around the world in 80 days.
Right, okay. And this is before planes, obviously. So this seems like they're going to go on a bit of an adventure.
Yeah.
So he takes his assistant, Passport 2, and they travel across Europe to Egypt, where they are watched by someone.
Detective Fix.
Detective Fix, yes. It seems that he thinks that Fogg is a bank robber. But is he, and will they get around the world? Well, we'll find out today.
Okay.
Reading. Around the World in 80 Days. Fogg and Passepartout arrive in India 2 days early. Detective Fix joins them after making friends with Passepartout. However, the construction of train tracks across India hasn't finished. Fogg rents an elephant to continue the journey. On the way, they rescue Aouda, an Indian woman. She was about to be burned alive. She has a relative in the British colony of Hong Kong, so Fogg promises to take her there. In Hong Kong, Fix and Passepartout find out their ship to Japan will leave early.
I had better inform Mr. Fogg.
Passepartout says.
Later.
Says Fix.
Have a drink with me first.
He wants Fogg to stay in Hong Kong long enough for Fix to get permission to arrest him.
That sounds good,
says Passepartout. But Fix gets him drunk, so Fogg misses his ship. While the situation looks bad, Fogg manages to find another ship, but it's going to Shanghai. They then head across the Pacific Ocean to the US.
So, next in our story, Fogg and Passepartout arrive in India 2 days early. Okay, they're making good time then.
Yeah, 2 days early. 所以 Fogg 跟他的仆人呢早2天抵达印度。And then the article tells us Detective Fix joins them after making friends with Passepartout. They are friends now.
I don't know. I think that maybe Detective Fix has a secret plan. But we will find that out later. The article says, however, that construction of train tracks across India hasn't finished. Okay, so the trains aren't going all the way across India yet. Why? It's something about the construction.
Right. Construction 这个名词呢是建造、修筑。那它的动词形式呢是 construct, C-O-N-S-T-R-U-C-T. So when something is under construction, it is being constructed. For example, the bridge is under construction. 这条桥正在被建造中。我们也可以说 the bridge is being constructed.
Right.
目前呢，横跨印度的火车轨道还没有被建造完成 so they can't travel in India by train now.
No, they can't.
They can't.
So what are they going to do? Well, apparently, Fogg rents an elephant to continue the journey. Okay. So he's renting the elephant, that's one thing. Rent is a verb, and when we rent something, we pay money to use it for a while, but we don't actually get to own it. He's not buying the elephant, so he's just paying some money to use the elephant for a while. He is renting it. Our example sentence for rent is, my family rented a car for our 2-week trip around Italy. Now, we can use rent in some other ways. We can also use rent as a noun, and when we talk about rent, we're talking about the amount of money we pay for our apartment per month. We don't own our apartment, we just pay some money every month for it. So I could say, how much is your rent? And you could tell me...
I pay $26,000 NT for my rent per month.
You've got a big house.
Yeah, but 2 people, you know.
Oh, 2 people, okay.
So we can share the rent.
You can share the rent, yes. And then maybe one day you can purchase your own home.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, purchase is buy. So it's a fancy word for buy. It means that you actually own the thing you paid for. So we can also use that as a noun too. So we could talk about a purchase being something that you have bought. So John is very happy with his latest purchase. Right, one more example sentence now with rent. Emily and Rita rented a lovely house by the sea for 2 nights.
Rent 这个动词呢是租或租用，那还有另外一个词性是名词，可以代表租金。那因为不能搭火车，所以 Fogg 租了一只大象。And on the way, they rescue Alda, an Indian woman. Rescue 这个动词是解救、营救。So what happened to this woman?
Oh, well, it sounds like something very bad was going to happen to her. She was about to be burned alive. Oh, my God. Okay, this is some worrying information. Alive is an adjective, and when something is alive, it is living, not dead. So the story is saying that some people were planning to set Auda on fire while she was still alive. Now, alive can also mean still existing as well. It's not just for people. We could also say this tradition is still alive in this part of Taiwan. So people are still practicing this tradition. It is still seen in day-to-day life. Now, we can also talk about things coming alive. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that they are dead and coming back to life. We mean that something is lively or filled with activity. So, Taiwan's night markets come alive at night as food and game stalls fill the streets. We could also say that this kind of market is very lively. Now, we have one more example sentence for alive. Both of my mum's parents are still alive. They live in France.
Alive 这个形容词呢是活着的、在世的，那它比较特别一点哦，它呢要放在动词的后面。所以我们说到有一个人 be burned alive， 叫做被活活烧死。So the woman was about to be burned alive, but they rescue her.
But they rescue her, yes. Apparently, she has a relative in the British colony of Hong Kong, so Fogg promises to take her there.
Oh, relative， 亲戚。那在哪里呢？在 British colony，colony 这个名词是殖民地，所以我们都知道香港以前是英国的殖民地。那 Alda 在香港有一个亲戚，所以呢 ，Fogg promises to take her to Hong Kong.
Yes, he promises to take her there. Now, promise is a verb, and when we promise someone something, we are telling them that we will definitely do something or do that thing, or that thing will definitely happen. So, if I promise Elsie that I will buy her coffee every day for a week, that means that I must buy her coffee every day for a week. Stop nodding, it's not going to happen. That promise, that's because that is a promise. That's right, a promise can also be a noun. Now, when you make a promise to someone, like I was pretending to make a promise to Elsie just now, you give someone your word. That's an expression we use when we say, I really, really promise that I will do this. I am saying that I'm an honest person, and because I'm telling you that this will happen, it will happen. So what happens if I don't buy the coffee? Well, then I broke my promise. And someone who breaks a promise didn't do what they said they would do, and they can't be trusted. So our example sentence for promise, the verb is, Mom promised to take me to the zoo this weekend, but she forgot.
Promise 这个动词就是承诺、答应或保证。Promise somebody to do something， 承诺、答应、保证某人会做某件事情。刚刚他的承诺都是假的。
I said it was an example.
Okay, example. Yeah. So now they are in Hong Kong. 他们在香港。What happens in there?
Well, in Hong Kong, Fix and Passepartout find out their ship to Japan will leave early. Okay, that seems like some good news.
Find out 是发现、查明。那 find out that 后面可以加上一个子句。那通常那个 that 会被省略掉。For example, the teacher found out that one of her students stole her money. 老师发现他的一个学生偷了他的钱。那回到文章呢，我们说在香港 ，Fix 跟这个 Passepartout 发现他们要搭到日本的船会提早离开，然后这篇文章就继续咯。Mr. Fogg， 这个有人就叫他了。I had better inform Mr. Fogg. Passepartout says.
Okay, so he needs to inform him of the change. Now, inform is a verb, and when we inform someone of something, we let them know about it. When you start writing formal emails and letters, you might often begin with the phrase, I am writing to inform you that... In other words, I am writing to let you know blah blah blah, or I am writing to you because blah blah blah. Now, we could also, there's other similar words to inform. We could also announce something. And when we announce something, we let a large number of people know something. Normally, the public. Normally, we're I could be a company or I could be a politician, and I'm making a big announcement, that is the noun form of announce, by telling everybody some private information. Now, our example sentence for the vocab word is, the teacher informed the students that the class trip had been cancelled.
Inform 这个动词是通知或是告知，那你要通知告知别人的讯息呢，就是 information。information， 它是一个名词，而且还是不可数的哦。So here, Passepartout wants to inform his master Fogg that the ship will leave early. What does Fix say to that?
Fix seems to have a bit of a clever plan. He says, later, says Fix. Have a drink with me first.
等一下再通知他，先跟我喝一杯。但是 Fix 应该是别有目的的。He doesn't really want to drink with Passepartout, right?
He does, no.
So here the article tells us he wants Fogg to stay in Hong Kong long enough for Fix to get permission to arrest him.
Right, he needs permission if he wants to arrest him. Remember, arrest from last episode means for the police to take someone away. But what does permission mean? Well, permission is a noun, and it is something we give someone when we want them to know it is okay to do something. Now, for example, often when you want to go on a school trip, you will need to get your parents' permission to go first. You'll need them to say that it is okay for you to go on the school trip. So what do? You ask for your parents' permission, or you could try and get their permission. So our example sentence for permission is, Tony asked for the teacher's permission to go to the bathroom.
Permission 这个名词呢，就是许可或者是允许。它的动词形式我们要知道啊，是 permit, P-E-R-M-I-T. When you permit somebody to do something, you give the person the permission. Here, Fix wants to get the permission to arrest Fogg.
He does. And Passepartout doesn't seem to be any the wiser about this. He says, that sounds good, says Passepartout, but Fix gets him drunk, so Fogg misses his ship. Ugh.
今天的英文练功房，我们要来学，还有复习的就是连缀动词。连缀动词呢，包括了 sound, taste, smell, feel 或者是 look 等等之类的字，那可以直接在后面加上形容词，或者是呢加上介系词 like， 再接上名词，那这个 like 就会解释为像。For example, the dish tastes very good. 这道菜很好吃。再来一个例子呢，就是 the trash smells awful， 垃圾闻起来很糟。那你会发现这边都是在连缀动词后面加上形容词。那接下来的例句，同学们注意哦 ，You look like your mom， 你看起来跟妈妈很像。那这边的 like 就解释为像。接下去最后一个 ，Your socks smell like dead fish， 你的臭袜子闻起来像死掉的鱼。这里也是 like 解释为像，后面加名词的用法。所以呢，回到文章来啊，为了要得到逮捕 Fogg 的许可 ，Fix 把 Fogg 的仆人 Passepartout 灌醉了 ，and they missed the ship to Japan. They missed the ship.
That was his plan all along, though, wasn't it? He wanted that to happen.
Yeah.
However, it seems like Phileas Fogg is quite good at working with a problem. He seems to get out of this sticky situation. While the situation looks bad, Fogg manages to find another ship, but it's going to Shanghai.
Shanghai?
Okay. So he's gotten out of this bad situation. Now, a situation is a noun, and it is the combination of things that are happening at a certain time or a certain place. So the situation that Fogg is in at the moment is that he has missed the boat to Japan. Now, there's lots of different kinds of situations. Social situations are situations that happen between people. Any kind of situation where you're with someone else is a social situation. An awkward situation, that is one that's just a little bit 尴尬, right? That's when, yeah, maybe you make a joke, but no one finds it funny.
Awkward.
Or you get someone's name wrong. Yeah, awkward situations. But, for example, if everybody was very angry and you wanted to stop people being angry, you could diffuse the situation. Diffuse actually means to stop a bomb from exploding.
Oh.
So if you diffuse the situation, you make everyone calm down. No big fights, no arguments. So, for example, just when it looked like the two men would fight, Josie told a joke and diffused the situation. So she improved the situation. She made the situation better. Now, one more example with the word situation. Rob found himself in a difficult situation when he left his house without his house keys.
就出门没有带钥匙。Situation 这个名词呢是状况或处境。The situation looks bad. 这个是文章上面的句子，处境看起来很糟糕，但是 Fogg 找到了一艘到上海的船。He manages to do this.
He does.
Manage to do something 是办到某事的意思。For example, how did you manage to pass the exam? 你是怎么样通过考试的呢？我看你都没读书啊 You didn't study at all.
Right, so how were you able to do it?
Right. Then the article finishes by saying they then head across the Pacific Ocean to the U.S. 他们最后竟然横越太平洋，然后到了美国。
Right.
But weren't they going to Shanghai?
They went to Shanghai and then
to the U.S.
And then to the US. I think in the book they also go to Japan as well.
Oh,
but there's a
okay.
lot of it. It's a long book. It's a long book anyway. So we've gone across Europe. We've gone across Asia. We're crossing the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
And it seems like in our third day of the article, we're going to be in America. But first, we're going to take a quick break and we're going to go to our For You Chat question.
For You Chat.
So we've got an interesting question for today, and it is, what is the longest journey you've ever taken, and did you enjoy it?
Okay, I gotta tell you this. Every year I need to go back to Nebraska.
Nebraska?
Do you know where it is?
It's kind of in the center east of the
Just
US.
look at the map and
Yeah,
find the
so-
middle
Yeah?
and put the pin there. That's
Okay.
Nebraska.
Oh, okay, right in the middle of the US.
Right in the middle.
Okay, and what kind of place is it?
There are a lot of cornfields.
Okay.
很多玉米田. Okay, but that's
Exciting.
not right. Okay, but that's
Okay.
not the point. I have to take. We have to take about 25 to 30 hour flight
30 hours. Where do you go?
from Taiwan to Nebraska.
Just direct.
No, we have to transfer 2 to 3 times.
3 oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like a long, very tiring flight.
Yeah, so
right?
that's the longest journey I have ever taken, and I have to take it every year.
30 hours every year. Ugh. You know, when I go back to the UK, it
Yeah.
only takes me the quickest I've done it has been 12 hours. Normally
That's
it takes me more like
nice.
16 hours to get home. Yeah.
But what's the longest journey you have ever
The
taken?
longest.
Right.
I don't know if this one is the longest, but I did take a slow train once from Shenzhen
Shenzhen.
to Shanghai.
How long was it?
A day.
A
whole
day.
day. Just
Well,
a little
24
bit
hours.
less, a little bit less than 24 hours. But I had a bed. It was nice. I had a bed. Yeah, in a cabin, and I had dinner with the other people in my cabin. I learnt some Chinese. I watched a movie. I
that
read a
was
book.
good.
Yeah. The only problem was my bed was like the roof over my bed was very, very low.
Yeah.
So I couldn't sit up. So I just
Okay.
lay down for a day, and lying down for a day is actually kind of a long time to not get up. When I got up, I was kind of like, my back was a little bit sore, a little bit stiff. Spent my first day in Shanghai like this.
That's what I look like every
yeah.
time I get off the plane. Right? It's just horrible. Whew.
They're like, Elsie, you brought your mother. Okay. Well, before Elsie kills me, we're going to go and get ready for our day 3 article.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, you guys can talk about what kind of long journeys that you've done. Have they been comfortable journeys? Have they been tiring journeys? You guys talk about that, and we will join you again tomorrow.
See you.
Bye.
Around the world in 80 days. Fogg and Passepartout arrive in India 2 days early. Detective Fix joins them after making friends with Passepartout. However, the construction of train tracks across India hasn't finished. Fogg rents an elephant to continue the journey. On the way, they rescue Aouda, an Indian woman. She was about to be burned alive. She has a relative in the British colony of Hong Kong, so Fogg promises to take her there. In Hong Kong, Fix and Passepartout find out their ship to Japan will leave early.
I had better inform Mr. Fogg.
Passepartout says.
Later.
Says Fix.
Have a drink with me first.
He wants Fogg to stay in Hong Kong long enough for Fix to get permission to arrest him.
That sounds good,
says Passepartout. But Fix gets him drunk, so Fogg misses his ship. While the situation looks bad, Fogg manages to find another ship, but it's going to Shanghai. They then head across the Pacific Ocean to the US.
Vocabulary Review. Rent. Harvey flew to Los Angeles and rented a car for a few days to get around the city. Alive. The boys thought the dog was dead, but soon realized it was actually alive and just sleeping. Promise. Wendy promised to take her brother to Disneyland for his birthday and has been saving up for the trip ever since. Inform. The government has informed me that I have to pay more taxes this year. Permission. My parents gave me permission to stay out past midnight so I could enjoy New Year's Eve. Situation. Getting lost without food is a situation you want to avoid when you're hiking in the mountains.
智慧小补帖
Construction. Rescue. Relative.
以上节目是由活用空中美语制作。活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net